Black everything. We live. We going live. Come on in. Tell a friend. Put some thumbs up like you're hitchhiking. You know the slogan. We back with Tavistock Institute. I'm just writing something here real quick. Excuse me. But yeah, we back with the Tavistock Institute, Chapter 1. Getting it in. We're gonna do it every day. Great information. Do your own research. We on the county insurgency. That's what it looked like. Tavistock Institute, social engineering, the masses. See what's going on with you. See what's really going on in your world. Here we go. I do not own the rights to this music. Peace to the Queen, Erica Badu. We just vibing. Let's go. Like it, subscribe it, share it. Sharing information in spurts. Keep it nice and short and sweet for y'all out there. Appreciate you for checking this out. Here we go. Chapter 1, Counterinsurgency. Techniques of psychological manipulation of society are about as old as humanity itself. Feudal lords, to preserve and consolidate their power forever, have used punishment and torture as a dissuasive agent of change. Quote, even thousands of years ago, it was not the technique per se, but their concisions application as divine counter tools which aided the ruling class. End quote. Now, no matter how anti-human or a particular technique or therapeutic approach may be, it is not in itself counterinsurgency. Counterinsurgency cannot proceed merely on horrors. It requires conscious and systematic application by the ruling class or its dupes. This was achieved by fusing psychology and psychiatry in the 1930s. The first massive application of psychology as a conscious weapon took place in Nazi Germany, especially in reference to eugenics. A couple key words right there. Underline, you better check out your pencils and papers, your pens and pads. Just dropping jewels. It says, first massive application of psychology as a conscious weapon took place in Nazi Germany, especially in reference to eugenics, which played upon the most backward Aryan illusions held by and imposed on portions of the masses. While the cause and development of Nazi butchery stemmed wholly from the world economic collapse, its specific form, eugenics, was devised by Nazi's favorite theoretician and technicians, the psychiatrists. Since then, the science of the mind has been converted into the craft of mind destruction. Legitimate therapeutic approaches have given way to behavioral modifying pseudoscience in the name of aversion therapy. This conversion of the mind science was truly shaped. The essential premise of the work of Tavistock is the premise of the certain kinds of democratic institutions, the traditional, straightforwardly authoritarianism models, authoritarian models, from the great oil hoax and CIA style brainwashing. The psychological sciences have followed the route initially outlined in 1945 by Dr. John Rawlins. In his book, The Shaping of Psychiatry by War, Reese called for the development of psychiatric shock troops in order to develop, quote, methods of political control based on driving the majority of the human population towards psychosis. Wonder why the world's so wild. Through procedures of so-called programmed behavioral modification. He proposed that to render the population submissive under the post-World War II economic world order. Reese told a group of U.S. Army psychiatrists in 1945, quote, if we propose to come out into the open and attack the social and national problems of our day, then we must have shock troops, and these cannot be provided by psychiatry based wholly in institutions. We must have model teams of psychiatrists who are free to move around and make contact with the local situation in their particular area. Reese Reese's logic is clear. For true mental health, there must be a complete transformation of society along the lines of rational selection. But he laments, in his book, quote, many don't see the reality this way, including most workers who believe that any method of selection is a mechanism by which the wicked capitalist aims to get more work out of the workers, and that argument dies hard. In Reesian worldview, in the Reesian worldview, such naysayers, along with anyone who engages in strikes or subversive activity, are themselves neurotic, desperately in need of treatment, but unfortunately unable to see that they are ill. In such a world of unwitting neurotics, psychiatry, the only arbiter of sanity, can be exercised only by a cabal. In every country, groups of psychiatrists linked to each other, prepared to muster all their weapons and influence for a move into the political and governmental field. We're gonna leave it right there. Understand what's going on with this thing. You know what I'm saying? They say you live in the matrix. Better do some digging. That rabbit hole goes deep. Coming back. Tavistock Institute. Check it out. It's a great book. Do your own research. We just dropping jewels one at a time, small information in spurts. Appreciate y'all for checking this out. Go ahead and subscribe to it, like it, share it. Let's get it through. Waking up these sleeping giants. All black everything. Peace and love.